Welcome to Ryan Watches a Movie. My name is Adam Patterson. With me today, we got Kevin Rakestraw. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Yeah, it's going pretty well. How about yourself?
This is like one of my favorite days of the year, so I'm doing pretty damn good.
Favorite days of the year.
One of.
One of the favorite days of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what day is that. Some sort of gardening day?
Close. Strawberry picking day.
That was really close. I would say
close.
I would say strawberry picking. That could be classified as gardening.
I guess that counts.
Where'd you go? Did you go to Rob's Fruit Farm?
No, that doesn't exist anymore. They shut down. That's overgrown. That looks like a madhouse over there.
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
strawberry season in Pennsylvania is not good this year. Just a heads up, FYI.
Didn't get a lot of succulent ones. Not many.
Well, I did. We did not what we usually get, but man, it was a lot of work to get the amount that we did.
Climate change. It's real.
Yeah, it sure is.
We're also joined by Ryan Holes. Hey, Ryan. Did you go strawberry picking this weekend, Ryan?
No. I should have taken it. I should have picked you up. I should have scooped you up.
The same shit they were there.
Same day, different shit.
Yeah.
All right. If this is your first time tuning in, Kevin and I are challenging ourselves to find movies Ryan likes in the hope that we will reach a coveted 10 out of 10. You can join in on the conversation by sending your movie suggestions for Ryan to podcast@filmpulse.net or by sending me a DM on Twitter @filmpulsenet. If you like the show, consider helping us out by becoming a patron at patreon.com/filmpulse, and be sure to check out the Frederick's Ataxia Research Alliance website at curefa.org. Check it out. Ryan, what movie do we have you watch this week?
Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew. This is from 2018. This is another newer movie that we're giving you. Last time you said that you wanted a comedy, so we're thinking about comedies, and this was the first one I think that we sort of decided on. It's directed by Charles Stone III. I have a synopsis here: an anti-ageist comedy about a man's dream to win. An anti-ageist comedy. I'd never love it. To win the Rucker Classic Streetball Tournament in Harlem. Ryan, tell us a little bit about Uncle Drew.
Well, there's a guy, and when he was little, he was in the tournament, and his last second winning shot was blocked by Nick Kroll, and later on the movie, Nick Kroll also steals his girlfriend and his new star player. By the way, Nick Kroll is the best quintessential asshole. Is the best playing douchebag. Alright, anyway, and they're in this tournament, and this guy, an old player, and he's in a street ball game, and he ends up winning its style, and they form a partnership, and the guy says he'll only play if he can choose the roster, and he does that. And there's a bunch of older players, but older being like 60 plus, or plus by 70 plus.
I think it was 60 plus is more accurate. I don't know about 70. Maybe.
So enough look real old. And they enter this tournament and end up winning the main game. And there's also a side love story, sort of. And as he wins the game, he also gets the girl. And I guess there lives happily ever after. Eclipse
All right.
back because he almost dies.
Yeah.
Everyone else will happy.
Well, I think he's still happy.
Yeah, because I mean, he didn't die,
He didn't die.
so I think he's pretty happy. He seemed pretty upbeat at the end of the movie there.
So, what did you think of Uncle Drew?
I liked it. That being said, I probably will watch it again. But it was definitely worth watching it once.
It's a one and done.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because there's a lot of older basketball players that I used to watch when I was a kid. So it's like journey time. Back in the 90s.
The walk down memory lane.
Yes.
Yeah, you do have a lot of classic ball players in this. Kevin, since you were still are a big fan of basketball, right? You still follow it and everything.
I just got back into it, and mostly because of this movie. This movie kind of reignited basketball fever for me.
Nice.
And then High Flying Bird came around,
Yeah.
and that lit it again. And now I'm all about the finals, the NBA finals. So, yeah, but for a stretch there, I didn't really follow basketball anymore. I think it was because I couldn't play anymore, so I was like, fuck this game.
Well, I understand that though. Like it would just like make you sad. You know, it'd be like watching like you're watching your favorite sport, but you can't go out and like play it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
'Cause you're
describing my life.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm sure it's the
That's,
same for you, Ryan. Like where there's certain activities that you don't want to watch on TV or anything because you're like jealous. You're like, fuck, I can't.
But it's weird because I still enjoy soccer. I used to love basketball when I was little, but I'm not really into it anymore.
The fun fact, the first time I ever met Ryan is because he played basketball with my brother.
Well, there you go.
They were on the same team.
I remember that, yes.
Very cool. I was never really big into basketball. There was like that very short amount of time when the Charlotte Hornets were like a big thing. So I was like super into the Hornets.
Were you into the Hornets, or was that cover for having a starter jacket?
Yeah, I never had a starter jacket, although I wanted one. I don't know. I think it was just a trend. Like the Charlotte Hornets were a trendy team to like, and so I started following them. And I was also a big fan of NBA Jam, and the
Yeah.
Hornets were always the best on NBA Jam. So I did follow them for a little bit, but that was
Gotcha.
pretty much the extent.
Ryan, who was your team? I don't remember who
I
your
like the Bulls and the Hornets.
you're a Bulls and
Bulls,
Hornets
yeah.
guy too.
I think everybody was a Bulls fan too back then with MJ.
Yeah, like Michael Jordan a whole lot.
Whole lot. Big Jordan fan.
I think everybody was.
Were you big Tony Kukoc fan, Ryan?
It was alright. I enjoyed that he was from overseas. I think he was from Croatia.
I forget where Tony Kukoc was from.
I want to say Croatia, but I don't know if that's right.
Looking it up. Yep, Croatian. Damn,
Uh,
Ryan still got it.
On the money. Getting back to the movie, did you find and apologies about Kevin's audio? It just got completely whacked and we can't seem to fix it. So we're gonna try to power through. I'm gonna fix as much as I can in editing.
Okay.
Getting back to the movie, Ryan, did you find it funny, first of all?
there are a few parts that I've been laughing out loud.
Oh, okay. Couple lulls there.
That's good.
especially when you see Shaq's ass. That made me laugh a lot. Because it's just a giant man and he says
Shaq's butt made him laugh. Lil Rel Howery in here as he's the main character, Dax, the one that you mentioned, and then you have Nick Kroll as the antagonist, Mookie. Pretty good cast in here. You have Tiffany Haddish in a smaller role, but still pretty good.
her outtakes made me laugh a lot.
Yeah, the outtakes were funny.
I did. I liked when he called Uncle Drew Uncle Dad. That was probably the funniest thing to me, and that was an outtake, I think. But anytime that it was between Dax and Mookie, when they would just riff and just kind of clown on each other, that was good stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed this movie. This is one that really has no sense in being as good as it is, just because it's a Pepsi commercial, right? So I'm not. Yeah, like I didn't notice a lot of like Pepsi product placement or anything in there. So the movie might be a whole separate thing.
No, it's probably just in there, but to me, I didn't find it egregious in any way. But there's a ton of product placement in the movie, but it makes sense, Nike and stuff being in there. Basketball movie.
Yeah. I didn't find it to be egregious with the Pepsi stuff. In fact, I don't really remember any Pepsi stuff in there.
I don't either, really.
I could be.
I'm sure it's all over the place, like in the background and stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
There was somebody drinking one at one point. I remember seeing that.
It looks like it is in association with PepsiCo's Creators League Studios, so it was still attached to Pepsi, the feature.
Yeah, because it's based on their commercials.
It is, but I don't know. Like,
which I mean, just think of that. I mean, like you said, there's really no reason for this to be good. It's based off of a commercial. Like, how many times have they made movies based on commercials and been like, wow, yeah, that was actually enjoyable?
Maybe never.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Maybe never. They did make. Remember, they made the Geico cavemen commercials. They made that into a TV show that was really bad. That didn't work. That's like one of the other things I can even think of. I'm sure that there are other examples of commercials made into movies, but
yeah, and I mean, for me, there's just one. You gotta. I think in order to like this movie, you have to like basketball, at least on some level. Like if you don't, there's no point to it. Because for me, it's funny to see people that can play basketball really well in old people makeup, and then you think they're old and playing basketball really well. It's really stupid, but really enjoyable and entertaining.
I agree with that.
Space Jam was based on a commercial too.
So was it?
Yeah, totally forgot about that one. I just talked about that on the 90s show a couple months ago, and I was sitting here trying to think about other movies based on commercials, and I'm almost certain Space Jam was it was a Michael Jordan. There was a commercial.
I think you might be right. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Kyrie Irving he plays Uncle Drew, and he also directed 3 of the commercials, the shorts.
No, really?
Yeah. He did. Yeah, he did Uncle Drew chapter 2, 3, and 4. I don't know how many of them there were, but he directed those. Yeah, he also wrote them. He's also the writer.
What?
Yeah, this is directed by the guy who did Mr. 3000. If you remember that one, the baseball movie.
Is that Bernie Mac?
Yeah, that's the Bernie Mac one.
Okay.
I remember that not being very good.
Okay, it's fucking terrible.
Wow. Okay.
He couldn't hold that in. He had to get cut out.
He did Drumline, which I don't think I ever saw.
Also terrible.
Damn, how many Charles Stone III movies you've seen, Ron? All of them? Are you completist?
I'm sure that's probably all he's seen because that's really,
That's it.
it's not it, but he did a movie called Paid in Full in 2002 starring Mekhi Phifer. Yeah, he did a movie called Leela and Eve starring Viola Davis and Jennifer Lopez. It came out in 2015. He did a movie called Stepsisters, which came out on Netflix last year. It was about like stepping. I don't know. I feel like we haven't really talked too much about this movie, Ryan. Did you have any other like other than Shaq's butt? Do you have any other highlights?
Seeing all the people I used to watch when I was young was pretty cool. I mean, Reggie Miller is pretty awesome.
You had a lot of like cameos in there.
Yeah.
Like, Leslie, I liked her a lot when I was younger.
Yeah. All right. Now, with you being a Chicago Bulls fan, did you? I take it you probably hated but also respected Reggie Miller.
Yes. Here's what I can't stand is can nope catch and release.
Wait a minute, what?
The catch and release you talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's amazing.
He's quick. He's quick with getting that shot off. Yeah, I think the only people that actually like, I don't even know if Pacers fans liked Reggie Miller. Imagine, but I can't imagine there was that many Pacers fans back then.
And on the credits, he still got it.
Still got it. Reggie Miller still got it.
That when that scene when there's the sun goes on and he breaks everything.
Yeah, what are they? Is that like a Dave and Buster's? Is that a Dave and Buster's?
D&B.
DB?
Any final thoughts, Ryan, before we give you your drum roll on this?
It's worth watching at least once.
At least once.
I'd say once. At least for
You know,
me.
I think I agree with you. I think that like I saw it once, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll go back and watch this again,
Yeah,
but I did enjoy it.
kind of agree with you too. I think it's one of those things where the plot and everything don't like it's not that great.
No.
It's just really when they play basketball. That's really all you're waiting for.
Yeah.
And when they talk shit to each other.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like sort of a fun, like getting the old gang back together type of movie. You know, like most of the movie is them driving around, seeing where the old team is at now and
Yeah.
convincing them to come back. And then you have the big game at the end. Everything culminates to that big game.
I thoroughly enjoyed when they finally got everyone there at the before the tournament started, and they all get like their little trinkets, their little totem, and it kind of gives them back their powers.
Unlocks their powers.
Yeah. All of a sudden, that dude, Nate Robinson, comes out of this like catatonic state. Duncan.
I was gonna say, I wish sneakers I could have did that.
He hasn't moved. His muscles have not atrophied at all. He just pops out of that wheelchair and he's done.
All right, Ryan, let's give you your drum roll. What do you give Uncle Drew? 7 out of 10. Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. I kind of thought he would like this more, to be honest.
I'm wondering if my score would be different on the second watch. I
have a feeling-
it go lower.
Yeah, I have a feeling it would go lower based on everything that you've said.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would stay away. Do something else. Like you said, it's good for a one watch, and then move on with your life. Do other things.
So now we know that one part of your critique on films, one of your criteria rather, is rewatchability. Is it a movie that you can rewatch multiple times and still get something out of?
Correct.
So that's something that we'll need to take into consideration in the future. Is this something that could lend
Yeah.
itself to a rewatch.
Is this not something that we've already kind of discussed before, where like his rewatchability is it's random.
It's all over the place.
It's odd.
It's tough. It's a tough one.
It's an odd catalog of
Like-
movies.
Like the movie Step Brothers. That's not that great, but I can watch it over and over and over.
Fucking
Mhm.
excuse me? Did you say it's not that great?
Yeah, it's not that great. I think it's one of
But
the best comedies of this generation.
Yeah.
they get to have a score. Like,
I don't
is
know.
it
Got a high
rated
score for me.
that high? I like them.
They need to make a sequel to that.
They
That
do.
needs a sequel. I don't say it a lot that something needs a sequel, but Step Brothers needs a sequel. Actually, Ryan, Step Brothers only has a 55% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it is rotten.
That's bullshit.
I can't wrap my head around that, but
That makes no sense to me.
that's very bizarre.
This episode just took a turn because now I'm just peeved. I'm upset.
Yeah, Richard Roper gave it a rotten.
Cute.
Don't watch it on an airplane. Don't check it out on cable. Don't walk past the bargain basement bin where it's been sold.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Very strange.
I feel like that if that movie is on cable, I'm making a point to watch it.
Oh yeah, I've had vacations sidetracked because it comes on in the hotel room, and I'm like, well, I'm watching Step Brothers now.
Yeah. It is one of those movies where every time it's on, it sucks you right in.
Yeah, I paid $200 a night for this room to watch Step Brothers. Awesome.
On cable. the made for the TV edit of Step Brothers. And you already missed you missed a third of it, but you're still gonna power through to the end.
Doesn't matter. Catch it next time I'm on vacation.
All right, Ryan. Any final thoughts on Uncle Drew before we close it out this week?
I also want to throw out there that another thing that we can kind of throw into his list of things that he enjoys is we just need to find more movies with Shaq's naked ass.
Yeah, Shaq's butt. Lots of Shaq butt coming at you.
Shazam. Shazam's the next one. I don't know if his ass is
I see a big man and
so
an old man. And
So,
he's
not-
singing.
All right. So it doesn't necessarily have to be Shaq. It just has to be a large old man showing his butt, and that's a winner.
Correct.
So it could be like the Kembe Mutombo, Manu Bowl.
Oh my god, I would love
George-
that. I got
George-
big laugh.
George Murasa, Arvita Sabonis.
Oh man, that's amazing.
It's time to do some research, Adam.
Yeah, we'll
Need
get
to
to the
find-
bottom of this.
We need to find 7-footers in movies.
I'm sure there's a letterbox list that we can consult. I think that's going to wrap it up for this week. Thank you so much for listening. You can send us your picks for Ryan to podcast@filmpulse.net. You can follow us on Twitter @filmpulsenet, @filmpulsekevin, and @my legs don't work. If you have a minute, take a look at our Patreon page, patreon.com/filmpulse. Consider helping us out by being a subscriber. For Kevin Rakestraw and Ryan Holes, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.
See you later.